The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Money Masters. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, you get the Dow up 186, Nasdaq's up 55, S&Ps are up 24, gold is flat at 1166. You get silver up 11 cents at 1582. Bonds, 10 years up a tick, 128.29. 30 years down 9 ticks, 158.04. King dollar up 1,000 ticks at 96.08. The euro is down 174 at $1.11. And the yen is trading at 120.41. Now, let's go take a look at inside the indices as to what we're doing here. This is a wild day, man. So, inside the Dow, McDonald's. McDonald's is up $6.66, trading at 109.61. That's the leader inside the Dow. Boeing is up 364 at 144. DuPont is up 134 at 58.62, and 3M is up 335 at 153. McDonald's, no doubt. Now, we're going to start with McDonald's. Let me pull up McDonald's for a second, because what's intriguing here with McDonald's is this. So, McDonald's, folks, okay, we'll bring this back a bit. You know, this is going to get really intriguing, too, man. I'm glad they come out with their numbers this morning. Because the way McDonald's is set up right here, it looks to me like McDonald's was actually going to fail. So this is going to be intriguing. It's not that if this was yesterday, man, this would have come kind of weird, because checking on their earnings, you know, this is where if you're going to sell into something, you better be careful about if they're coming out with earnings. McDonald's looks to me like it's going to fail and get lower. Now, that being said, you're breaking topside. It looks like we're going to have some volume on this break topside, but it's going to be intriguing to watch the rest of the day to see if it can actually hold price. It had consolidated since October of 2011. Now, inside that consolidation, however, December, August, you know, this thing was pushing down with volume, you know, so this is going to be something to really keep your eye on, because if McDonald's just sells down to this 103.78, it'll be a big problem, you know. No doubt. So let's continue to go through and look inside the Dow Industrials. Taken away from the Dow, you have American Express is down 457 at 71.94. American Express, look at this, man. It's just taken apart. It's August 24th swing low. So the August 24th swing low is 71.71. We've hit 71.40. We're going to do that with more volume. It's going to be an ABC structure on the way down. Big number, man. Big number. We go take a look at United Health. United Health is down 220 at 115. You get Pfizer down 34, and you get Home Depot down 16. Inside the NDX 100, strength versus the weakness. Strength, you had eBay up 280. Let's go. You have Texas Instruments, big number in Texas Instruments, up 560. Let's go take a look at Texas Instruments. So Texas Instruments going after the swing high from 6 months ago. And that swing high is 59.99. Right, thus far, you've hit 57.60. We'll see whether it has the juice to get up into and over that whole area. Citrix is up $7. That's up another 10%. Seagate Technologies is up 153. Taken away from it on the way down, Mylan Pharmaceutical is down $1.55. You have ESRX, Express Scripts, down 149. CERN Corporation is down 86, and Win is off 83. VRX, Valiant, okay, this is going to be wild watching this thing shake out again. Valiant's down $17. That's trading out at 101.32. You know, this is an equity that, you know, 3 days ago was 179. You're at 101 right now. This is going to be just a, you know, there was enough stories about it today, no doubt, inside between the Journal and the New York Times. Bottom line, it looks like it's trouble in paradise there, folks. Okay, there's enough. There's not really smoke and gun yet, I don't think, but there's definitely enough smoke as to why they're using a third-party pharmaceutical that is actually owned by Valiant, okay, in order to push product through. Now, let's go over to some of the gold stocks. This is what. Oh, here. No, let's go to the dollar index first, because this is really wild watching this thing shake out. So, the dollar thus far, it's up 1,000 ticks, which is a penny, 96.06. You've done 32,000 contracts, which is great. Okay. Now, what you've had is this: the initial thrust got to 95.87. And, you know, after that, there's no juice. So it's like, okay, you know, it has every right to get up over, you know, in a huge way, that swing point. What you do have is that you have the aspect of the euro going after its lowest swing point. That lowest swing point is 111. Now check this out, because this is what's pretty cool when I walk in my own head through this thing. So everyone keeps talking about the strong dollar. Now, it has to do with what is it relative to. And what's going on here this morning, it's showing specifically it's relative to other fiat currencies. It is not relative to the aspect of strength versus what you buy. And you can see that inside the gold market this morning. My head has been twisted around with this about a million different ways. But this morning what happened is that when I heard the CEO of Caterpillar on, he was on CNBC this morning. Was it Caterpillar? It's one of the large companies. And what I got out of it, and this is what's pretty cool, is this. When these companies, when these large companies are talking about currency, they are talking about the dollar, but what they're talking about specifically is that the destruction in the other currencies they're doing business with in relationship to the dollar, that's what's really hurting them. It's the correlation, not that the dollar's got that much stronger, it's that the other currencies have got that much weaker in the aspect of the dollar. And you can see it in gold this morning. Let's go to Mark in Denver, Colorado. Hey, Mark, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Yourself?
I'm trying to figure this market out.
Oh, yeah? Well, join the crowd, man.
So here I'm looking at something. I'm going to use your system, and I'm going to see what you think about this.
Okay.
So let's go back to the 14th of October.
Yeah. Am I using the S&P, the futures? The SPY, okay.
So low 198.94.
Okay, give me the dates again. 14th?
14th of October.
Okay.
And then we run up until the 20th, 203.84.
Yeah.
Only 78 million up there.
Yep.
We pulled back yesterday.
Yep.
Even though we pulled back on 102, we went down to 201.65. Well, today, if we break that 203.84 on more than 78 million, ABC up to 206.50 is what I'm counting.
Okay.
And so I'm kind of thinking maybe that's when I'm going to start pulling the trigger on the shorts, but I wanted to see what you think.
Well,
obviously, we have to get the volume today, and we have to close over that 203.84.
That would be correct. And what happens is this, is that, you know, if in fact you break and you stay above, the longer that you stay above even the 202.89, which is still the bench, right?
Right.
Then you can go up to Iceman. Then it could be a real run. I mean, you know, my take is that, yeah, it wouldn't be real in the aspect of, you know, it'll fall apart at ICE, but ICE is 208.26.
Right.
You know, so I suspect what you're going to see out here today, which is going to probably blow some minds, is that you're going to fail at that 203.84, number one. But you very well may fail at the 202.89, which would be a total mind blower, man.
Right. Okay, so I guess just watch that. I guess just see where we close and see what volume we have.
Yeah.
And that'll give you the key.
Right. Because what we did do is that when, you know, yesterday it came out of nowhere. You know, when these things, when the downdraft comes out of nowhere, folks, it's always a big heads up, you know. And, of course, what I think, you know, started dragging the baby down yesterday was that Valiant deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, once that came out, it was like, okay, you know, a stock gets down 30, 40%. Yeah, I think it was down 35% at one point. And then you had CMG, that was down, 10% yesterday.
Right.
What happens is that there's always seems to be some kind of a catalyst, and then it just sold off and seemed like it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's interesting. And then I kind of have it calculated the semiconductors have just finished an ABC up too, so that'll be interesting to see how that impacts the Qs. I was looking at the SOX.
And it will, because you got Lam. It is taking over. Let's see who they're buying. They're buying. Lam Research is buying. 1 second. I should know this by heart. Lam is buying another a chip company. They already bought Novellus. Clack. Thank you, Terry. Lam's buying Clack. So that put juice into the NDX 100 yesterday for sure. And we'll see where it ends up shaking out. Right now, it looks to me that if we bring up both the S&Ps futures and the NASDAQ futures, we're going to know in the next hour if it can get away from these highs. The highs that we're talking about, folks, were the spike highs. In the S&P, would be the spike high from yesterday. And the NASDAQ futures, and yesterday was the first day that the S&P futures actually failed. And the NASDAQ, it has the shot to do it right now. And if it doesn't get done like in the next hour, guess what? It's not going to get done.
And when you have a chance, look at the IYR. It's made 100% move of a move almost.
IYR. I will. Awesome, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. Dow Industrials are up 201. NASDAQ's up 60. S&Ps are up 27. We're going to be right back, folks.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Technomental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up 200, Nasdaq's up 62, S&Ps are up 27. And let's go over and we'll take a look at this gold market. Man, this is just really wild what's going on out here. And, you know, as one of our tigers was saying in the den, that the more free money on the way, start the helicopter phase of the market. And I'm telling you, man, this is pretty intense. So gold is trading 1171. We went to 1161. It rejected lower price. 87,000 contracts, so it's going to have lighter contracts also, even as it moves higher, because you're going into 202, I think. Yeah, 200,000 contracts. So that setup looks like it's going to be an ABC structure on the way up, bring gold all the way up to 1234. Now watch this, though. If you happen to be watching Tiger TV, you're going to see I'm going to change the currency structure inside here. If you're in your car, I'm going to explain what I'm doing. I'm taking this from gold, trading in, you know, dollars, because what happens, folks, is this. The easiest way to deal with gold is in U.S. dollars, because it trades in dollars across the world. That being said, in order to buy things, okay, people invest in gold because governments steal their wealth through destroying currencies. That's been throughout history, okay? Now watch this. I'm going to change this to the euro, and what you're going to see is that gold is broken out over the highs of the 15th, which in euros, it was 1045. Well, in euros right now, you're trading at 1048.21. And euros, more than likely, it's going to be an ABC structure on the way up that's going to send it up to 1109 in Euroland, okay? So this is going to be wild just watching this whole thing shake out. We go take a look at the silver market, what we have with silver. Nick is going to move all these gold stocks too, man. This is going to be a shocker. If we go over to the silver market for a second, we take a look at silver. What you're going to see in silver, that also rejected lower price at 1564. You're at 1589. You have 23,000 contracts. 23,000 contracts had been coming into 59,000. So that's going to be lighter volume also. I take this, I flip this around and put this in Euroland, and this is just testing now the last high in euros. And euros, that would be 1433 euros. Now, let's go over to the dollar index, because what's happening with the dollar is that it looks like the dollar very well could back down also, which would be a mind blower, by the way. Your first two legs up on the dollar had the juice, as I said a little bit earlier. We made it to 96.14. It's backed off, you know, 175 from then, which is not a lot. The number to watch on the dollar is 95.87. Now, you back down into that 95.87, that's going to be like, what the heck is going on? What I mean by that is that if the dollar, once again, can't get to a swing point, that is going to be crazy. The dollar, folks, hasn't been able to reach a swing point since August 7th. August 7th, the dollar was trading at 98.74. This is the dollar index in correlation to the basket that it trades within. It hasn't been able to do it. If it can't do it again, What that would show technically is that dollar's going to go lower. We already know that all the other currencies against the dollar are going lower. What that is going to say is that gold is going to, it's just not gold, by the way. Whatever type of hard assets you have, you want to be all over them. Because what that is signaling is that hard assets are going to be more expensive. That's the bottom line in every single currency, which is just wild. But the larger theory is that that's what happens on a continual basis across the world over longer periods of time. In this particular case, you know, when you look at the aspect of inflation, deflation, and all that in longer periods of time, what seems to happen in our lifetime, okay, so in our lifetime, if we go back last 50, 60 years, what has happened is that they come very fast and furious when they come. You know, they do nothing for years, then they come fast and furious, then they do nothing again. And we'll find out whether we're in one of those aspects and look back 4 or 5 years from now and say, oh my God, you know, everything in correlation to fiat money versus an asset. The fiat money goes down, the asset goes up. And I guess one way to look at this is that if you paid attention to oil, how actually when the dollar got destroyed, oil is expensive, the dollar goes up, oil's less expensive. It's all about what you can buy with something. This is Tom O'Brien, this is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We come right back. Dow Industrials right now up $1.88. You get the NASDAQ up 52, S&Ps are up 24. Gonna be right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock in option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN has just announced a brand new morning lineup that is geared specifically for traders in this volatile traders market. Every morning at 8 a.m., John Logan starts things off with his daily program, The Global Market Pulse. At 9 a.m., Larry Pesavento trades the market during the market open Monday through Friday on Trade What You See. At 10 a.m., Tom O'Brien hosts the Money Masters for the hour, and Basil Chapman hosts his Tiger Technicians Hour at 11 a.m. From 8 a.m. till noon every market day, these traders are with you as they provide up-to-the-second market information so that you can make the most educated and profitable trades possible. The new TFNN morning lineup is happening right now. Tune in to see for yourself what kind of actionable trading discussion they have each morning, Monday through Friday, starting at 8 a.m., live only on Tiger TV at TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up $1.83. You get the Nasdaq up 52. S&Ps are up 24. Percentage-wise, what we're looking at out here, folks, is this: Dow Industrials are up 1%. S&Ps are up 1.1. Nasdaq is up 1. What is intriguing is that one of the targets in the den was saying that they shot the small caps, and it is absolutely amazing that the small caps cannot get any traction, folks. This is also a heads up. So watch this. If we take a look at the IWM, the benchmark is the 17th of September in all the indices. Well, the low of that benchmark is 116.68. The high is 118. Your volume up there is 50 million. The closest we got to it was 116.30. We did that on the 13th at 37 million. And it never made it. It never made the bottom of the high. And then what do? You sell down, and you sell down with 39 million. You go back and test the highs again, and you do it with 20 million. And then yesterday we came down with 34 million. It's trying to get higher today with 9. That is a cool setup, folks. That is a setup that it wants lower price. That's pretty intense, actually. It's really intense, man, because of the fact that the other indices, let's go to the Dow. You take a look at the Dow. Top line number, of course, is the Dow. The Dow right here. Well, what's intriguing about the Dow, too, is that ICE in the Dow is 17,345. Let me see how this is set up. It's going to be interesting to see if the Dow is the only one that can make it. See, it just made it. So when we were just talking with Mark from Denver, we were talking about ICE. So ICE in the Dow is 345, 17,345. We're at 17,373. It's like, okay, what does that say? It says you can go higher. The NASDAQ composite. We go to the composite. What do you have with the composite? We take a look at the composite. The composite, we are at 48.98. What that hasn't been able to do is actually get into the high yet. We'll see whether that's into the low of the high right now. Now, the low of the high is 4880. So that's 19 points below it. And if we do close where we are, that's saying, hey, you can go to the top. Now, ICE there is dramatically higher. You're talking about 49.86. So that's 86 points higher than we are at this particular point. We go over and we take a look at the QQQs, and you're going to see the same type of setup. Oh, this is interesting, though. Look at the Qs, actually. So this is pretty cool because okay, so the high of September 17th is 108.72. ICE is 109.46. Well, 109.07. So that's not bad. That's how that might line up. That's going to be pretty wild. Now, that's different than the actual futures. And the reason that's different is that if you remember, when we went downtown, that's when the futures went down in a big way. And the futures, of course, were open before the market was open. And the futures is 4499. And thus far, we've hit 4469. So this is going to be just wild watching this shake out. If we do go over to Valiant, what you're going to see with Valiant is down 17 bucks, another 17% at 101. The news, man, this is going to be really wild watching this whole thing shake out. Because what you have had out here this morning is this. So watch this. I got to read this article for you because it's like there's so many banking relationships with Valiant, okay, that, let's see, VRX. You got to see this. I was reading some of this morning, and it's almost like the banking community, the last thing they want to do is say, oh, yeah, there is something wrong with it. What they've said is that they don't quite understand the correlation and why, in fact, yeah, here it is here. Okay, so here it is. Okay, Valiant Pharmaceuticals shares plummeted for the second day after an analyst who had advised buying back the stock for more than 2 years downgraded the shares, okay, citing questions about the close ties to the pharmacies that distribute the drugs. Scrutiny of the company is intensifying after Valiant denied Citron's research report Wednesday that accused the company of inflating sales using pharmacies, which sent the shares plummeting. The companies, known as specialty pharmacies, dispense drugs to patients and handle many aspects of the reimbursement to insurers. Drug makers encourage doctors to send patients to the pharmacies because they can get a higher rate of prescriptions filled. Now, this is BMO. We cannot defend the specialty pharmacy structure, said Alex Arafo, an analyst at BMO Capital Markets in a report Thursday. Now, BMO, folks, is I believe, one of the largest banks in Canada. This is a Canada company. He downgraded shares to market perform. We've been a strong, vocal, Valiant bull, Alfredi said. However, we find Valiant's arrangements with special pharmaceutical as just not aggressive but questionable. Freddie, along with analysts at J.P. Morgan Chase and other banks, said that the report from Citron. Now, this is the number that I was reading this, and this is amazing. Freddie, along with analysts at J.P. Morgan Chase and other banks, said that the report from Citron Research hasn't supported its claims of fraud, but some of Valiant's distribution arrangement is unusual and difficult to understand. So picture this. You get a banking structure that's saying that it hasn't supported claims of fraud, but yet they're saying it's unusual and difficult to understand. Bottom line, folks, okay, they have plenty of analysts. They could rip this apart. They should have been up all night ripping this apart so they can give people an answer. The reason they don't give people an answer is that the amount of banking relationships and the amount of money that the banking community has made with Valiant buying companies is astronomical, okay? So you talk about a, conflict of interest, it's about as big as you can get. We go take a look at the bond market. This bond market is blowing my mind, folks. And the reason is that what you have here is this. The 10-year right now is not only up, it's only up 4 ticks, but the 10-year is pushing volume. We're doing 633,000 contracts in the 10-year right now, and we're at 128.31. That baby, it's an absolute mind blower that the Dow can be up 1% and the Nasdaq can be up 1%, and bonds are up. What that's bottom line is saying is that guess what? These bond markets continue to want higher price. We're at 2%, 2.025 inside the bond market, and that still brings the probability higher that this market's not going to hold, which is just absolutely wild, man. I mean, it's just crazy because, it has the numbers going with it. We're at 37 million right now. It's still playing with this number, though. That's the thing that's really wild about this whole thing, of how we're playing with the highs that were generated out here, the last couple days. It's like, okay, you got to get away from, if you're a bull, you want this thing to get away on the SPY, to get away from this 203.84 number big time. We're 10 cents over. We're 15 cents over it right now, but you need a lot more than 15 cents. It needs a decisive break to the upside in order to get the bulls going and get the bears to close their positions, you know, because that's where we're laying right on that level right now. That's where we're laying. If we go over to Apple, we take a look at Apple because, of course, Apple, and yeah, I'll get you some numbers. I got our man, Mr. Dave White. He's giving us an update in the den here, which is a beautiful thing. Thanks, Dave, as to what's coming out after the bell, because this is going to be a big number. So after the bell today, you have Allergan Technology. You have Google. That's going to be huge. You have Altria. They kill everyone. Oh, that's Altera. Sorry. That's Altera. You have Amazon. Oh, my God. You have Capital One. You have Juniper Networks. Oh, you have Microsoft. Oh, man, it's going to be a monster. You have Pandora. You have Pluti. That's the building company. Synopsys and Verizon. Oh, man, it's going to be a big number. Okay, so let's start going through some of these. Let's start right with Google. Let's see if Google continues to take over the world. G-O-O-G. And now Google's, of course, named Alphabet. And no, the way Google said, this is going to be cool, man. Okay, so Google's trading at 648, and it doesn't have the juice. This is going to be wild watching this shake out. Google came down with volume, even when the market didn't come down in volume on Tuesday. You know, we went from 664 to 644. We did 2.4 million. You know, we'll see what could Google do out here today, but that's saying Google thus far hasn't been able to hold the highs of yesterday. Amazon, AMZN. Now, with Amazon, it's going to be strictly up to Jeff Bezos whether he decides to make money or not make money. Amazon right now looks like, okay, I suspect this quarter he's going to say, okay, we're going to make a little less money because what Amazon is doing, Amazon is trying to push into its highs, has a lot lighter volume, and that's how Amazon is set up, by the way, folks, okay? The amount of product they sell is astronomical. All Bezos has to do is not continue to grow for probably 2 weeks and not spend money for 2 weeks, and he can make money hand over fist. We go take a look at, let's see, Altera, A-L-T-R. Altera, I think, is Altera getting taken over? Let me see this. The way Altera is trading, Altera just been at these highs for a long period of time. Oh, Microsoft. Now, that's going to be a big one. There's no doubt. Microsoft. So Microsoft's up $1 right now, 48 bucks. It's going to need a lot more volume than it has. So on a weekly basis, 48.14, which it has taken over right now. Last time we were up there at 274 million, but that doesn't mean it can't. See, this is just a consolidation still. So, yeah, this is saying, let me put this on a monthly for a second. So on a monthly, it has volume of 49.54, 870 million. Goes down at 70. No, it's not going to make it. Okay, so check it out. Microsoft is going up right now on a monthly at 437 million versus 875. So that's going to get really intriguing to see, you know, are the numbers going to be that great that it can get up and over this 49.54 and have the juice simultaneously as it does that. Capital One, COF. We take a look at Capital One. Capital One, that's pretty intense, actually. This has been quite a dog. Capital One came off the highs of 92 bucks. Right now you're at 74, and you get a high volume swing low at 67. Let's go back over to the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is getting juice behind it right now. The NASDAQ just broke topside. That's up 72 right now. And as we were talking about, this is where, you know, the further it gets away from it, it's away from it right now. Let me put the Qs up for a second. The 3 Qs. So the 3 Qs are at 109.22. We'll see whether that's just going to be a spike and it's going to give it up. So that's 7 minutes into it. Okay, so check this out. It's going to be interesting. This is going to be, so 7 minutes into it, it's not going to have the juice. The real key is going to be, does it hold price? You know, this is where, when these spikes come in, the spike itself has to do with, you know, Are there more orders up above this area? And if there are, what the market's looking for is all those buy stops. That's what the market's looking for. Thus far, it doesn't have it, and we'll see if it can hold it. But thus far, it doesn't have it. If we go into the NQs, let me just see these for a second. So the NQs don't have it either. Okay, this is going to be cool watching this shake out, man. This is going to be intense. So watch this, folks. We're at 40 minutes. We're at the same levels. That same level where it did have juice was 4456. The spike here is getting away from the whole market, and the longer that it does stay away from the 4456 to 60 level, would be saying it can go higher. You close underneath that level at any time now on a 10-minute in the next 30, 40 minutes, that's saying it's going to be a failure because we don't have the juice. Thus far, inside the futures market, you have 8,000 contracts. That's going against 13,000 contracts and 18,000. So it's going to be wild watching this thing shake out. Inside the Dow, if we look at percentage-wise right here, this is what you have percentage-wise. Percentage-wise, you have the Dow up 1.3%, NASDAQ up 1.4%, S&P's up 1%. Some of the higher volume stocks in this market right now, you have Microsoft up $1.18. Well, Community Health, what the heck happened to that? That's down $12. That's down 30%. Look at this, man. Something's going on with these health companies. So check this out. Community Health is down 30%. What do these people do? Own, lease, operate hospitals in multiple states. Something's happening with these hospitals, folks. You stay right there. Dow is up 217, NASDAQ up 71, S&P's up 29. We're going to be right back, folks.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up 214. You got the NASDAQ up 67. S&Ps are up 28. And we take a look at some of the Dow stocks out here. You get ExxonMobil up $1.40, Caterpillar's up 95, Disney's up 150, DuPont's up 136. The 3M is up 420. The strength inside the Dow Industrials, the leader out here today is Big Mac, McDonald's. Boeing is number 2. 3M is number 3, and Cisco's number 4. Now, let's go over and we take a look at Boeing just for a second. We know McDonald's is breaking topside with volume. The Boeing, however, you're up $4, and this is an equity that was traded at 158 in August. It went down to 115. This is coming back to ICE. So ICE on Boeing is 145.25. We take a look at 3M. 3M has been a dog extraordinaire. 3M. You talk about coming down. 3M went from 170 down to 134. This also is just coming back into ICE on 3M is actually set up at 157. And weekly, you're coming into 16.7 million, and thus far, you've only done 9 million. That's pretty intense, actually. That's really intense. Cisco, CSCO. Let's take a look at Cisco. Cisco right now is approaching the highs of Cisco. Look at, they're all coming into ICE. This is wild. So the high of Cisco is 30.31. ICE is 28.95. This is going to be wild watching this thing shake out. Those are on the upside. On the downside, there's problems in paradise. You have American Express blowing out its low. You take a look at American Express. It's like, hey, American Express has gone from a price point of $96. You're at 72. It's going after its swing low of 71.71, and we'll find out whether it can take it out on volume. Thus far, it's a little shot. It's 22 million versus 39. Oh, 22, 39. No, that's not going to take it out on a weekly basis. UNH. That's in the consolidation. That's pushing down with volume. FISA, PFE. FISA's pushing down with some volume, too. Not quite sure what's wrong with those community hospitals, but there's something happening with those community hospitals because what you did have, in the highest volume, you get Inversion Health. Let me see if they're in the same business. Medical holding company. The company provides medical service, emergency, anesthesia. Something's going on there. They're both down 30%. This thing gapped. This is pretty amazing, actually. It was, they both, let me pull this up. Something's happening in this business. So check this out. This has just gone from $45 to $23 with monster volume. And that other hospital did the exact same thing. So there's some problems there. Inside the dollar still has the strength. Bottom line, it's not affecting gold or silver. The rest of the commodity market. And don't forget, our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, is going to be coming up next, growling, prowling with you folks. Then we're going to have Daryl Martin, Steve Rhodes, Dave White, myself. A lot of numbers coming out this afternoon. Then Andy Hecht. Inside the commodity business out here, sugar is moving. That's up 1.5%. Gasoline's up 1.5. Copper's up 1.3. Crude's up 0.5. Natural gas is down 0.4. That traded at the 259 once again. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, man. Mr. Basil Chapman is going to be coming up next. Dow is up 222. Nasdaq's up 73. S&Ps are up 30. Stay right there. Basil's coming right back, folks. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Look forward to speaking at right here tomorrow morning. Go get them, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.